Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Hogwarts Legacy. I almost said God of War Ragnarok. Man, I'm so used to that. Any case, so this is where we left off, and I'm gonna keep playing from here. Now, I need the map, not the book. We need to go to Defense Against the Dark Arts. First, I'm gonna look around this guy's classroom before I leave.
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this, Accio that, cutlery flying everywhere. Quite unsafe, really.
So what I'm hearing is my plan of baiting them worked.
Yeah, but it's all coming from the door.
But did it work?
That's not much.
Well, wait, show the other side. God damn.
They're all coming from this side, from the receptacle, not the doorway. Come up. That's something that can't come.
I do! Shit, now go!
You don't.
No! In any case, back to this. Sorry, I didn't my mic again. But yeah, I'm gonna look around for stuff that needs to go in my book.
Rebellion. Nothing keeps sending makeup.
Alright. Sorry about that.
Professor Rowan reminds me of my grandfather. Loads of wisdom, but a bit mad.
Boy, if I do this again. There was something downstairs, so I might go try and find that.
Hello. How's your first day coming along? Hello, Samantha. Nice to see you again. I wondered how your first day was going. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms. I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck. My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Rowan.
Yeah.
Why would Black want to be headmaster of Hogwarts? Of course, I'm not sure what job he'd actually be good at. Perhaps something at Azkaban.
Hey, I found a chest. I got 35 gold out of it.
And then the werewolves joined the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves, where were you? In the Goblin Rebellion of 1752?
And by the end of it, the Minister for Magic was Albert Boot.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, what fun! I won't say my goodbyes. I shall cheer for the boy who says you're telling
I'm not
lies.
telling lies, Peeves. It was Albert Boot.
Oh yeah, that's their version of Peeves. He was dressed like a clown.
Fight a cold attack. Was the Minister a boot or the Minister a flack?
Stop it, Peeves. You'll get us in trouble.
In trouble you will be, but you can't give Peeves a smack. She says it's a boot and he says it's a flack.
Peeves, enough. You'll get us all detention. And you're both wrong anyway. It was Professor Gore.
It wasn't boot and it wasn't flack, but you're all in trouble with Professor Black.
I don't understand the puzzles. I'll figure it out later, I guess.
My goodness, we're thrilled to hear that.
Alright. Yeah, well.
Revelio.
Poison wild potion in a random chest.
Off on another adventure, are we? Revelio.
Wow, that's aggressive. Okay. But yeah, sleep powder. Wasn't this the old defense? This was the defense against the dark arts classroom. At least in the movies, pretty sure at least. Maybe not, but sure looks like it. It just looks like the classroom. Then again, there might be like 50 different versions of said classroom. I wonder if you could hop down the stairs.
Revelio. You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Nice. So basically, to just do what you want to do, just walk around school, you know, doing this. Yeah, you can jump, but I don't think you can jump high enough to get over the banisters. Yeah.
Revelio.
Wait, no, I want to.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hackett!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students
Oh.
every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age
Dragon
matters
skull,
very
or dragon
little.
skeleton.
Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Yeah.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Kitchen's gonna have to override. Not your remember leading to obvious object.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weakness. So, now the basic cast. Well done. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Good form.
I know.
Class, I hope you were paying attention. That is how you pass Leviosa.
He's off the table.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
You didn't hit me once. Any case.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Ravenclaw.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Any case. Alright, back to this, since I'm recording still.
Always thought Levioso was for first years. Not anymore.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Nice work.
His cloak is glitching through it. Okay, well.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way, didn't expect
I like how you can
student
make friends
to be
with
so
this
deftly
children.
ignored.
It's part of
Then
the
again,
story thing.
perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
We almost died earlier today. Yesterday. Technically in game, it was yesterday. We almost died. It's not.
I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
very much. You sound like a Hufflepuff, which you are, but he was like, I like to keep things friendly. Yep, sounds like a Hufflepuff.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Cool.
How nice to see you, my young friend. Revelio.
Oh my god. I think all of the paintings have some form of movement in this castle. They all do. That is so cool. It's like all the paintings on the walls, they all move in some way, shape, or form. What is this one?
Revelio.
What is my goal? Oh yeah, make my way here. Like I said, I'm already lost in the castle maze. God, there's so many staircases. Though I haven't seen the moving staircases yet.
Hogwarts survives the reign of this
I've always...
headmaster. I think we should have a moon calf in charge.
My own thing is like, doesn't the grand staircase that moves seem like a huge death trap? Michael. Haven't you, didn't you ever think, like, if the grand staircase that moved, did you always think it was a death trap?
Terrible.
I always thought it was a death trap. It looked like a giant death trap.
And doesn't it like move in certain ways where like you can't get to where you're going and stuff?
Yeah,
so, like,
sometimes.
I imagine there's probably like some utility closet somewhere in that massive staircase area where some child starved to death like years ago. The skeleton's still just hanging out there.
There was the house elf, but also like you have to just wait for it to move back, and then just it always looks like a death trap.
Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me, isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I will ask professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Rowan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Rowan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand.
Yeah, you can
You've
see all
managed your
of there.
classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asks that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Oh. And...
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I
We just
trust
teleport
no
between
one
the
else
two
to pair
stores.
you with a wand.
Well, flea powders or whatever. Between the two stores.
I'm
That would be
leaving to get to
difficult.
Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
I want to spend time with the Slytherin. Don't do that until I have to. Well, no, because I have to stick it to the bottom of the thing. Well, it's also slightly too big. Alright. I'm gonna
I'd
look
like to go with
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a
That sounds like
capable
fun.
young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
What? I have to assume Buttery doesn't actually have alcohol in it, considering it's something the students regularly drink, which would include the 11th, like the younger students as well. I have to assume. Okay. No, I'm just checking the time on that. There's Professor Roman.
Ah, there you are.
What do you want me to do?
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor. This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is. Revelio. Lumos.
Ah, so that's how you get those pages. Fun. Alright, back to recording. We're getting into like 4:15. Okay. So was I supposed to go repair?
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Brilliant!
One. Man. Why can't I open this? And also they have moving eyeballs on their chest. That is disconcerting.
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too much trouble.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Oh, whoops. I did not mean to hit that.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Repair.
Nicely done. Works like a charm, doesn't it?
Wow, it does. Any case.
This cannot possibly be as difficult.
I already knew where two of them were, so. But yeah.
Revelio.
Okay. I love all the ghosts like floating around. That's fun.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
The Three Sister Bells. Nice.
Revelio.
Oh, look, money. Exactly. Yep, 52.
Well, fancy meeting you.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
We only arrived a day ago.
To be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place, self-contained too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
Like, we only got here a day ago. Oh, the little loading screen off at the bottom is the Hogwarts, the Hogwarts house animals. So like I saw the lion, the raven, and the snake. And obviously they have the
Professor Weasley
bad
asked
girl
me to
as
join
well
you
there.
today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of
It's
course.
either a raven or
All
an
the
eagle,
only
but
ones
I
that
feel
they
like it has
simply
to be a
enjoy.
raven if it's
The
Ravenclaw.
way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on
It'd
you.
be weird for it to be an eagle.
Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust
Yeah.
me with anything, given my detention record.
You're a Slytherin, I would assume you have a detention record.
Just enough to keep me well-rounded.
Hey, I will say, this guy is uncharacteristically nice for a Slytherin. Then again, I don't think all of the people in Slytherin are assholes. I feel like there are a select few that make it seem like that.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
Okay, so you have to run around the entirety of the Hogwarts castle grounds to look for potion ingredients. That's fun. And also, this is very expansive. I love an open world game.
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it?
Hippogriffs!
You certainly don't see that every day.
Heck yeah! You can ride around on those from what I saw in the trailers. The game was very... YouTube was very persistent in showing
To the
the
left
trailers.
of Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds.
Even though I had
students.
already pre-ordered it. Forbidden Forest.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
I think the only sad thing I feel like is that I believe Hagrid won't be in the game, considering the difference between the two games, the time frame between the two games, which is sad.
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see. Places
Oh,
to
on
study.
we get to see the
Oh, any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my
The
secrets
stuff
now, can
proves
I?
we can see those
You
now.
still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
Yeah, well, I ended up in the air in like half of the carriage, and then a whole bunch of crazy shit happened.
Yeah, I'm getting a phone call.
Okay.
I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Then it'll apparently be.
Mr. Moon! He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state. Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh,
What is
is
this
your sister in
sign?
Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was.
Oh, I hate the sign.
She's not well at the moment, but she'll be better
I mean,
soon.
it fits the characteristics. I just can't read it. No, it's just look at how the signs are placed on it. It's supposed to be a direction sign, but it's not really directing you anywhere. Fairly certain I also have to get a new owl.
Honestly,
I'm fairly certain.
one could bottle the magic of this place.
My
I don't know if
owl
it's the
got
shops
eaten by a
or the
dragon.
people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame.
I like how they're just big locks on the doors.
So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes, Dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished.
Yep.
Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
Alright, I'm back now.
Don't I need like a new owl? Well, I guess I'll start off with the wand, I guess. Since it's the first shop.
I'll be right with... Ah, it's you.
Scribbled all over.
Just a moment, please.
That sounded bad.
I'm looking for...
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, about time.
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbil Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No, not you. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try.
This is going to go badly. It usually does.
Well, go ahead, swish.
This one never works. Man, I was expecting it to explode.
Once more, come on, really swish it.
Like I said. Hey, fireworks! Like I said, something would explode. It's something to firing off fireworks. And then hop back into the box.
We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not
You
you.
have a wall there, I'm sure.
Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try.
Nope.
Oh, goodness. Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are.
So you can tell which ones he's going to pick because of their boxes. Because they all
might be the
of the
one.
ones that he's been picking have the same exact box.
Here. Take it. How intriguing. Curious indeed. How intriguing.
Monday.
Curious indeed. How intriguing.
Let's go with that one.
Curious indeed. How intriguing. Curious indeed.
You can pick Elderwood. Yes. Oh, I can do Dragon Heartstring, Unicorn Hair, or Phoenix Feather. I like all of these options, but I think I'm gonna go with Dragon Heartstring.
A dragon heartstring wand is most powerful and learns quickly. What do you think? Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future.
I also leveled up apparently when I did that.
Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.
So you also get to customize your wand. Okay.
House elves and wizardkind's best friend.
Hunter fingerless gloves. I know what time it is. There's so many cats in Hogsmeade. I should probably look at the map.
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, thank goodness. When I heard the bell, I thought you were Miss Larwang. Not that she deigns to come here. Though, I don't believe I've seen your face here before, either.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, Parry Pippin at your service. And this is J. Pippin's Potions. Potions for all ailments. You'll read it on the sign, of course, but Grandfather always made me say it in full. How may I help you today?
Professor Weasley sent me to collect some recipes. I'm new at Hogwarts.
You're the student she sent the owl about. I set your things aside immediately. I suspected if you're anything like I was at your age, you'd want your potion supplies. Is it not the most fascinating art, potion making? Rivals anything you can do with a wand, I've always said.
Are potions really that versatile?
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no mistake, they are just as powerful. They can heal, destroy, protect. You'll discover all of this soon enough. As it's your first time in, I should mention that it's not just potion recipes I sell. I also offer ready-made drafts for all manner of uses, and I unveil new ones from time to time. Pop in when you can so you don't miss out on anything. But for now, let's get you those recipes, shall we? What can I do for you today? Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory.
Jeez, that's an expensive potion
recipe.
recipe. Now 1,200 gold just for a potion recipe. Jesus. Okay. That's a lot of money. I also like how you can go into the stores and they'll have chests inside of them, and you can check out the chests and they don't care. We're effectively robbing a store. Yes, I am running around the town looking for chests. I may need to fix my sensitivity, but yeah.
Revelio.
I know. No sounds pretty much supplies, I guess. What is the 50s?
An inquiring mind.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda, student. I thought
it
I
was
might be
Matilda
seeing you
Weasley.
soon.
Okay.
I
That
am
makes
the
more sense.
proprietor here, Thomas Brown. I take it you've had a conjuring lesson then?
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
Ah, but you will soon enough. It is magic at its purest, creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity, but that is where my spellcrafts come in. Stay the course, and you could soon impress even Professor Weasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too, seeing it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I shall let Professor Weasley do the teaching. For now, let's get the spellcrafts you need. A potting table and a potion station. Yes?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Nothing like being able to grow your own ingredients and brew what you want when you want. Let's have a look.
So I basically have a portable potion station and the ability to grow stuff.
If you're interested,
I
feel
don't
free
have
to
them.
take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
I do not have the cash for that, dude. All of you guys are expensive. Which better question is, how am I supposed to get money? Except for just running around and taking money out of chests.
My mother used to say. About my toys, she said. Her own fault.
There's Honeydukes. The old fool.
Just because you know who.
If it thinks it's got half a chance.
My only thing is every time your character has like flowy clothing, it'll at some point click through any of the characters around you or whatever. Like it'll just do that.
Yeah.
Like earlier, like I said, the one dude's heck yeah.
Well, hello there.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the seeds Professor Weasley arranged for me to collect.
Oh, the dittany for the new 5th year. I take it that's you then. Merlin's beard. Starting Hogwarts as a 5th year. You must be positively reeling from it all.
Not at all. I'm choosing to see it all as one big adventure.
Well, bravo. Not
Yeah,
everyone
so I'm
gets
in
to
fucking
imitate
recording.
things as they come. Name's Timothy Teasdale, by the way, and this is my shop, the Magic Neep. I keep the carts out here because I like a good chat. Can't very well be in the thick of things if I'm hidden away inside now, can I?
I suppose not.
In addition to seeds, I have plenty of plants. Grow everything myself. My speciality is potion ingredients. Even Pippin purchases from me. But what say we get you a packet of Dittany seeds? Let me guess. You're after something fresh. Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Well, that's everything. Better go and find Sebastian.
This realized we're 300 gold. God, everything's expensive. Oh hey, another flying page. I don't think I get to that from here. I want to get that page. Yeah. So I'll search the town for more pages. Probably on camera, but later because I have to go get ready for work. So, thank you all for watching. Have a very good... Ah, I hit the wrong button. And have a great day. Or night. Goodbye.